Thanks for watching today. I wanted to do an entire video, maybe even start a series about going through my, and to me it's pretty massive, collection and trying things again that I know I haven't touched in at least 6 months. All right, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. And I am going, oh, I don't even have a primer out. Give me a sec. I'm just gonna take 1 pump of the Becca Velvet Blurring Primer. I don't reach for this because I'm not frequently looking for matte, velvety type skin. Felt like we were so far away. I'm like, better pull the camera in just a little bit farther. All right, so now that I've got my primer on, I haven't used this in a long time. And I don't know if you can see, it has separated a little bit. So I've used, I don't know, maybe 1/5 of this. This is Clinique's Super Balanced Silk makeup. Everything needs to be mixed really well. I think that's just code for I don't use it. And I'm really trying to buy only what truly interests me and not just what the hype is. And not that this was ever hyped, but I have a problem of going into a, I go into a department store and I stop and I look and I get curious. And instead of asking for a sample of this foundation, I just buy the foundation. I always feel like Clinique foundations tend to be just a little, even when they say they're neutral, a little pink on my skin. The other thing that I'm trying today, I've tried it for, I don't know, about a week now, is a Sonia Kashuk sponge. I can't say it. Sonia Kashuk? Kashuk. I think that's it. Sponge. I picked it up at Target and I got it because I see Mel Thompson using it all the time and she loves this sponge. And I was like, really? Is that good? The one thing it is really good at is eating up your foundation. If you want less foundation being absorbed into your sponge, I wouldn't recommend it. So if you want to make your foundation stretch a little farther, although this sponge is beautiful at distributing it, it's a lot firmer than a beauty blender, but it does really absorb a lot of product. Oh, I don't know. Let me back you up just a hair. I feel like my face and my neck don't perfectly match. Let's keep going. I don't hate this foundation. I'm not mad at it. The concealer today is one that I haven't worn in a long time. This is the Urban Decay Naked Skin. I think a lot of the reason I haven't reached for it is I have the shade Fair Neutral. And I feel like it's a little bit light for the tone of my skin at this exact moment. And I also feel like I quit buying super, super pale concealers because the problem I was having was that I was trying to hide my dark circles, and the lighter I went with concealers, let me just blend this craziness in. The lighter I went, the more it emphasized my under eye circles. I feel like the older I get, that whole lighter and brighter under the under eyes only draws more attention, but not in a good way. I love this powder, but I haven't reached for it in a while. It's from Milani. It's the Prep Set and Glow. It's a very inexpensive drugstore option. I'm gonna wipe my damp sponge over it. I don't know if this is a good idea. This is a much heavier powder application than I'm used to. The damp sponge really picks up a lot, but that was my mistake. I feel like I've committed to it, so I'm gonna keep going with it. So this is a bronzer that I remember falling in love with when I first tried it, and I used it religiously, probably every day for 6 months. And it's been one that every time I see it, I'm like, oh yes, I remember loving that, but I haven't tried it in a while. And it's the Bronze Goddess from Estee Lauder. This, you would think I would use the shade 1. I don't, I use the shade 2. So I'm gonna pick some up on a brush here. I liked the undertone of the shade 02 a lot better than the shade 1. And this is, out of all of my bronzers, this is the only one, I don't know if you can see a discernible amount of use right in the middle of the pan. I haven't picked up this blush in almost a year. And it's from Colourpop. This was part of their spring 2018 launch. It's their Clockwork Highlighting Cheek Duo. And I loved this artwork on here so much. It was a little paper sleeve that you could pull the palette out of, and it was one of their just plain white ones. I loved it so much that I sliced it on the side and then I glued it onto this. I was like, I want that artwork. So I doctored it for myself. All right, it does come with 2 shades. There's no mirror. Oh, what a shame. All right, so we have Tick and Talk. I'm not gonna use the highlight today. I'm just gonna use the blush. I wanted to try a different highlighter. But I realized the fact that I haven't reached for this one in a long time might be trying to tell me something. I feel like this is slightly glowy. I know I have that Prep Satin Glow, but it's not that glowy. I feel like a lot of this is coming from the powder, and I feel like oh yes, it's a little bit of a satin powder. I don't hate that. Actually, I like that a lot. For eyeshadow today, the Too Faced Chocolate Gold. Here's what's funny. I remember picking this up in like, this was 2 years ago holiday palette. So 2018, they did the gingerbread. 2017 holiday, they did the gold. And I always love the Bar of Gold palettes. I think they're great. I'm gonna start out with the lightest shade in here just to kind of set all the rest of the primer I just put on. I've been trying really hard to get through my MAC paint pot in Painterly. I'm gonna use the lightest brown shade in here. I'm gonna pick up the black in here. I almost never use black shadow in the outer corner because I'm intimidated. I thought, you know what? Let's do stuff we normally don't do. I just realized there's a color in here I've never even touched. Oh, what a shame. We're gonna use it today. I'm just gonna use it. I'm just gonna sit here and blend this black so it looks more gray and smoky than black, but it does give me that intensity in the outer corner that I love so much. So the shade that I haven't actually touched at all is this one right here. This one's called Rich Girl. I'm gonna pick that up with my finger. Ooh, it's pretty. I don't know how it is that there was a lighter shade in this palette that I didn't touch. A light shimmery shade that never got used. Who am I? Those are usually like my instant go-tos. I'm gonna keep this right here on the center of the lid. I'm sure the reason this is feeling a little hard and dusty is that it's basically 2 years old. And that was my fault for letting it sit and molder in my drawer for that long. Forgotten. And this is why I feel like I have too much. There is that point of me where I go, you know what? As somebody who does YouTube videos, maybe it's important that I keep some of these for reference or to be able to show. And then there's the other part of me that goes, if you're not using it. So that's where this idea of this, let's do a video with products you haven't used, see if you still like them, either get rid of them or keep them and know that they're good and reach for them more. I want to use a darker metallic on the outside corner of my eye. This one here is called Classy and Sassy. Kind of mix these two together before it gets to that darker black. I feel like I need just a little bit more black in the outer corner here, and I might have picked up way too much when I just went straight in dipping with this brush here. I don't ever really pay attention sometimes. There are times that I am too excited and I don't pay as much attention as I should, and now it's very smoky. All right, I feel like it's too late to tap off on the other side. You got to make them look the same now. Tapping off here is not going to help you. You should have tapped off before you went in on the first side. When will I learn? I have this little angled sponge here from Real Techniques. I don't even know if they still make these. I'm going to put some powder on it. I kind of got out of control. And let's see if we can make this look. Oh, that really helped. Wow, a lot. For brows today, I'm going to be using this. It's from Benefit. It's their Foolproof Brow Powder. And it looks like a little eyebrow. It comes with a little teeny tiny applicator. One side you can pull a spoolie out. The other side is this little sponge tip. I tried it once and I was like, if I want accuracy, this is not the tool. So I'm going to use just a regular angled spoolie brush. This is an Anastasia brush. It's my favorite brow brush, but I'm going to use this. And I like that it has two tones. Darker for the outside half of your brow and lighter for the inner half, where I tend to have a little bit more hair and don't need as bold a brow application. Forgot what a nice brow it creates. I just use a dark powder all the way through my brows. I forgot to switch over. Oh, that is so me. I like to think that I'm an attention to detail sort of person, and then I just realized I put the wrong shade right up here in the front. And now I'm putting on more. Like, the lighter shade will help. We're past that point. But here I go anyway. The next thing I'm going to put in my brows is from Hourglass. This is Arch. It's just their tinted fiber gel. I love this. I forgot about it. I have a whole mason jar, kind of like a short jam-sized jar full of brow products, but the ones that are shorter and kind of sit in the jar that don't poke straight out, I forget are there. This is one of those, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember that. I liked that. I especially like it for tinting and really strengthening these little tiny guys here at the front, my little sprouts. So there's a liner I haven't used in a while. I used it a lot earlier this summer and then I kind of forgot about it. It's the cream gel liner from Colourpop in the shade Overboard. It's a metallic mid-tone brown. I'm going to use this in my upper and lower waterline today. These just work so well in my waterline. I don't know why I have any other brand. I think I've basically just committed to only Colourpop liners in my waterline. I don't wear a lot of liner outside of my waterline. Occasionally I'll throw on a liquid liner, but normally, since I do have smaller eyes, I don't waste the lid space in drawing above my lash line. I just put it in my waterline. And not everything survives in my waterline. I'm going to throw on some mascara. I'm going to use a combo of the Lancome Cils Booster and the Warrior Mascara from Flower. Just realized I forgot highlight. So I pulled this out. I haven't used this in a while. It's from Mercier, and it was a special palette that they put out for holiday. I don't remember when it was. It's their Fall in Love Face Illuminator collection. I'm going to use a fan brush. I almost never use a fan brush for highlight, but I want to use a few of these colors that are a little bit darker, like this one here and this one here, but just a little bit of it, and mix it in, because normally I've been using the pinky highlighter in here, but I want to get a mix of everything. I'm shaking up a setting spray I haven't used in a while. This is from Catrice. This is their Prime and Fine Dewy Glow Fixing Spray. You really have to shake it because there is a white powder that settles to the bottom. Let me prime the pump. Oh, there we go. Last two things I'm putting on my face are a couple of lip products. One is a Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in the shade Kiss and Tell, and the other is an ultra blotted lip from Colourpop in the shade Swing Away. I'm wearing a kind of an orangey red and navy blue sweater today. Might be fun to actually, normally with a darker eye like this, I don't wear bright lip. I don't care. Today, my love for bright lips, I haven't worn a bright lip in like a week, and I'm like, where is my bright lipstick? I absolutely love this look. Oh, I think it's so pretty. Especially love the bright lip with the darker eye. This may not be a dark eye for you, but for me, there's black, there's dark brown. I normally don't do that and then slap on a red lip. I usually go neutral, and I was like, you know what? My heart wants what my heart wants. So let's talk about it real quick. This, I like the way it looks on my skin. I think it feels really good. Although I love the formula of this concealer, I can tell that this one is dried out. It's drier than I remember it being. It's having a harder time going on and not blending as easily. It's time to have me let this go. So this is gonna be a product I didn't finish up, but it's gonna go in my empties. This is a gorgeous powder. I forgot how, I knew it was good, but I forgot how good it was, because looking at it, my skin looks nice. I really like it. And I feel like it doesn't completely mattify my skin. It's not like super glowy, super radiant, but it has more of a skin-like quality than a completely matte powder does. And I like that now that I'm in my mid-40s. I need a little life to my skin, because if I completely blank it out with foundation and concealer and then put on a matte powder, ooh, it takes a lot of highlight and a lot of setting spray to kind of get it looking like I want it to, and that's a lot of extra product. Whereas if I use a powder like this that has just a little bit of luminosity to it, it's really nice. All right, still love this. This is still great. I'm divided about this. I think I might have purchased this because I love the artwork. And I'm trying so hard not to do that anymore. But this was a purchase from a year and a half ago, so I'm not beating myself up over it. Is the shade nice? This is the one I used today. I remember this, and maybe I just need to put it on. I remember it being a little too peach and a little too dark, and you could actually see like, yeah, the stripe of color when the light wasn't straight on it, even diffused. It was still showing up as really dark. I feel like this color is a pretty color. It's a very neutral color, but there are other blushes that I like more. I think it's time to let this one go. So I'm making a pile of keeping and letting go. Forgot all about this. I don't like this primer. It makes my skin feel dry. And my skin, now that we're moving into cooler months, it's gonna be dry on its own, and this isn't gonna do me any good. So I'm gonna see if somebody else can use that. Now, this, I love the shades in here. I think that this is a really fun, cool toned look, but I know I have another palette that can do this for me. I wanna try it again using, you know, more of these kind of purpley tones here, or these olivey and brighter greens. I'm gonna put it in my drawer and try it again. So I don't know why I've been sleeping on this brow product. I really like this from Benefit. I like that you get two tones, a lighter tone, a darker tone. Let me even show you like where to put it. Darker out here, lighter up here. More of this, please. And the arch, I gotta leave this someplace where I can see it, because inside my, let me show you. So all the ones that stick up tall like this are easier for me to see, and this is a slightly shorter one. It's not as short as the one from Colourpop or from Benefit, but it does kind of get down there, and I'm picking out these tall guys all the time. I want to leave this someplace because I really, really like that. I don't know that I like it as much as my Charlotte Tilbury, but it's nice. I've just got back in the habit of using the Cils booster. I think it makes a difference. This, it's a good mascara. It's worth the $10. I don't particularly prefer brushes with this type of really short rubber bristle sort of brush on there, and it has a very ever so slightly curved to it. But can you see like right here how much product there is? It kind of just all, I have a hard time with that. I have really sparse short lashes, and I ended getting that mascara everywhere. I need something that's got a little bit longer bristle. I'm more comfortable and I can maneuver it a lot better. This is good. I would recommend it. If you like this type of brush, you'll do well. I just feel like too much still comes out on the brush itself, and it's just a lot of product. I think this is one that I'm going to put in my you were good while you lasted, but not a repurchase for me. I love these liners from Colourpop. I think they're magical. I like how easily they glide. I like how well they stay. And this color Overboard, this kind of metallic mid-tone brown, is fun without being too much. I do like the highlights. I do think they're pretty. I need to put this where I can try it more often because I kind of like it. And this is a really nice combo. I don't think I missed anything. Did I miss anything? The spray. This face spray is nice. I feel like it does bring back some life to the face. If you use too many powder products, it does kind of help make the powder products kind of settle into your skin and look less like there's something sitting on top of your skin. Kind of makes it all one. And I think that this is a really great price. And if you like a dewier look, they do make matte ones from Catrice, but I like this dewy one. I like this idea of decluttering by trying everything again, because the problem I have is I go through my stash and I think about the price that I paid as opposed to how it performs. And sometimes making swatches on my hand is not the same as seeing how it translates to the face. So I think I'm gonna keep doing this. If this is not interesting to you, let me know so I can do something different. But if you do like it, let me know that as well. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.